Okay, so now we got Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Black Hippie Vice City, and Anonymous's album Vice City. So everyone just chill on the cities that have vices. What's up, everyone? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email. That's right here. But right now, we are going to talk about this new album that comes to us from Anonymous, and it is called Vice City. Anonymous is a rapper from out of South Florida, and you guys have just been on my case to review this one for a long ass time. So I wanted to make sure I came through with you before the end of the year. And while we're on the topic of the year's end, happy holidays to everyone, whatever it is you celebrate, if anything at all. But what you're going to get with this project is a character-driven concept album, and ever since Kendrick did this a couple of years ago, not to say he's the first one to have done it, but ever since he did it, I just noticed a lot of people are doing this, especially with my indie reviews, because if you followed along and have watched some of my indie reviews, I'm sure you've seen that I've reviewed a lot of these projects that have a concept and tell a story from beginning to end. But I'm not saying he's biting or being that unoriginal here, because he does reference Good Kid, Mad City on the song Warfare, so he's just kind of showing his influences on this album. And everyone's been doing these concept character albums since the beginning of rap, man. Well, maybe not since the beginning, but they've been around for a long time. I'm just saying over the past couple years, I've noticed a lot of them. And what the story is here is it's all about Noctis, this guy who's caught up in a city that's full of vice, obviously. You got women, partying, drugs, violence, all these things. And he's just trying to navigate his way through it while dealing with some awful shit that just changes his course. So I'm not going to go into detail too much, because if I did that, it would just be like if you're going to watch a movie. Maybe you're going to watch Lion King for the first time and I told you that Mufasa dies. Shit. But anyway, with this album, what you're going to get sonically is a lot of dark, bassy, moody production, and that does match up with the content, since the story being told is kind of dark and depressing. It's definitely not a bright, happy story. So I like the overall soundscape that you're going to get with this one, especially on Neo Babylon, where you get these heavy drums and a very gloomy sound. And then on the track The Last of Us, you get this nocturnal, bassy feel. This one definitely knocks. So you are going to get a lot of beats on here you could work with if you're just driving around in the late night, or if you just want some deep bass to disturb people with. It just sounds really good. Just got to get that out of the way. The shit sounds on point. And it's not all dark and moody. You are going to get some variety when it comes to the production, because the song Pride has this jazzy boom bap feel, which actually made it one of my favorite tracks, because it does stick out from a lot of these other ones. Not to mention Anonymous is on this one flowing his ass off, and goddamn, man, that is definitely one of Anonymous's strengths. He really flows hard. He's got a nice mic presence and cadence. There's a lot of charisma and energy in his vocals, so he has that down, and he even flips some really nice rhyme schemes, man. He's got some advanced rhyme schemes on some of these tracks, including on Before the Fall, where he just absolutely rips shit. This is another track that was a personal favorite, and I do need to mention that he does experiment with his flow and his style a little bit on some of these tracks as well. On Reasonable Doubt, you're going to hear some sing-songy flows, and on The Coast, this is the first song, not counting the little intro on the start. This is the first track that really frames this album and sets it up nicely, so he does a good job of storytelling on here. I gotta point that out. This is one of those albums where you can follow along with it quite nicely, because another gripe I have with concept albums is sometimes I'll get a concept album sent to me by an indie artist, and they'll send me this paragraph explaining the whole concept. And if you have to explain the whole concept of your project in order for people to enjoy it, I think that kind of takes away from it, and it almost makes it pointless. I think you should be able to listen through it and follow the story, which you can definitely do on this album. But I got a little bit off track there. Coming back to The Coast, I just wanted to mention how he uses some different vocal styles, because you'll hear some singing on that one, you'll get some staticky voices, some screwed up vocals, and that helps keep the track together, because it is 7 minutes long. And when I first saw a 7-minute track, I was like, man, this is going to be doozy. This is going to be a long track. It's going to be boring as hell. But all those little switches kept it interesting, as well as the storytelling. So overall, I think this is a pretty dope project. I'm going to go with a 3.5 out of 5. I like the production. I think Anonymous is rapping his ass off, and the story is told nicely as well. But I'm not going to go higher, because I have heard so many of these concept projects over the year. Maybe that won't matter to other people who haven't heard as many as I have. But, you know, that's just how it goes when you review hundreds of albums a year, man. Sometimes you can notice trends and shit that people are doing over and over. But he does this really well. He does it better than most people do, but that's just what I thought about it. You guys can hit me up in the comment section if you checked it and let me know what you think, and make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet them, and of course, man, you gotta subscribe to my channel and click like on the Facebook page where we're having all kinds of discussion. And if you've noticed I haven't been doing track reviews as much, it's because I got a crazy workload, and I've also been posting newer tracks as they drop over on the Facebook page where we discuss them, as well as some of the albums that I might miss. So that way we can still discuss some of the projects I don't do a formal review for, and we can all stay in the loop with each other, see release dates, track lists, all that good shit. So check it out. Thank you for supporting the channel. Happy holidays. Starting to lose my voice. Gotta go get a drink and relax a little bit. Appreciate all you guys, man. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.